Good afternoon. Got quiet in here, real quiet. So if you stay quiet, listen a little bit, you can hear the victory bells ringing on campus, and that's in honor of our new head coach who's here, that we're all here for today. Hopefully, I think Coach Adams is in the house here somewhere. Hopefully, we'll hear him again later tonight as well. He's over there. Somebody's, well, there he is right there. Right in my line of sight. Coach Adams here. So a couple of house cleaning notes before we get started on a really celebratory day today. Glad, man, what a great crowd. I mean, there's people as far as we can see. You could crowd surf in this crowd back there. There's so many people here, so thank you for being here. Saw the hands all the way in the back. Nice job there. My name is Robert Giovanetti on behalf of Texas Tech Athletics. I want to welcome all of you here. Media, I think you know this. We're not going to do questions in here. We're going to do questions after the speeches on the other side of the pipe and drake, being on the other side here of the Stadium Club, so we'll give you some time to get down there and get set up. We've got a few people here that we'd like to recognize before we get started. The chairman of the Board of Regents, Regent Lewis, is here today, sitting in the front. I believe Regent Griffin is here somewhere in the crowd. But congratulations, Regent Griffin. Clap for Regent Griffin. We have Regent Cody Campbell here in the house. Where's Cody? Oh, he's over here. I didn't miss him. And also want to recognize former Texas Tech football player and great supporter of Texas Tech athletics, John Sellers, is here in the second row also. And so I think that's it for all the other dignitaries. Thank you for being here, all of you. And I'm going to turn it over to one of the biggest dignitaries here in the House, a guy that we're very fortunate to have here leading us at Texas Tech University. All kinds of record growth, enrollment, research dollars, all under his watch. Please welcome President Lawrence Skuvenek.
Thank you, Robert. I want to thank all of you for being here today to help us welcome Coach Joey McGuire, his wife Debbie, his daughter Reagan, who is a 2018 Texas Tech graduate. We're so pleased to have you here. Coach, Texas Tech University and the Red Raider family are special. And you know that, and you expressed that so well earlier this week when we met. It's special because we have a love and a passion for this institution. And that's one of the reasons you're the perfect person to lead this football program and spread the brand of Texas Tech University. I want to thank the hiring committee, Regent Campbell, Regent Womble, who's not here, I believe, Sammy Morris, Tony Hernandez, and I especially appreciate the leadership of our athletic director, Kirby Hokut, for the great job you've done. And I also want to especially thank and acknowledge these student athletes on this football team. These are a great group of young men. And Coach Cumbie, thank you for being here. You deserve and you have our complete support. Texas football is very important to Texas Tech. It's important to this state. And winning matters. And I have no doubt we have the coach who's going to make that happen. And with that, I'm very pleased to introduce our AD, Kirby Hokut.
Thank you, President Skuvenek. Coach McGuire, we're working for the best president, for an athletic director and a head football coach in the country. President Skuvenek, appreciate all his support. Today's a great day, a special day for a couple of reasons. Obviously, to say thank you to everybody here for being here to support Texas Tech football. And I've got the opportunity to introduce Coach McGuire to you in just a few minutes, but I know with all certainty that after you hear from him, everybody here in the Red Raider Nation is going to be fired up. So I'm not going to be long, but I want to state the second obvious is today's a special day because we tip off the basketball season in the first game under Coach Mark Adams. And Coach Adams, thank you for being here. Can't wait for tonight. I also want to recognize our other head coaches. You know, we've got the best group of head coaches in the country. I see Coach Sands sitting here. Coach Sands, thank you. He's got a national championship caliber men's golf team this year. They could win the whole thing. But, Greg, thank you for all that you do. And I heard that Coach Kitley's also in the house today. Coach Kitley, I see him wave, guns up in the back. He has won a national championship. Wes, thank you for all that you do. And then I also heard Coach Tadlock was in the house. Coach Tadlock, he is simply the absolute best at what he does. Like President Skuvenek, I want to thank Sonny Cumbie for being here. Everything that a Red Raider is about is Sonny Cumbie, and I appreciate his continued leadership and what he's brought to these young men the last couple of weeks. The energy that he's brought into this program has been contagious, and Sonny, thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you stand for. Like President Skuvenek, I see a lot of faces of the young men that are on this football team. Talented group of young men. And Coach Cumbie's going to continue to lead them each day through the bowl game, because there is no doubt that we're going to fight the rest of the season. We're not finished playing in 3 weeks. And I believe in these young men and what they're doing each and every day. And the group of assistant coaches that continue to work with these men, a talented group of men, and I appreciate what they continue to do every day. I ask you to be here Saturday and bring your friends, bring your families. We owe it to these young men, to Coach Cumbie and the staff, to pack this place and give them a home field advantage at 2:30 on Saturday, and then against Oklahoma State at 7 o'clock in 2 weeks. So please, one ask today is come out and support these young men. Like President Skuvenek, I want to say thank you to the search committee that joined me in this process over the past 2 weeks. These men gave all of their time, their energy to help us to get where we are today. And I can't thank them enough for their support, their assistance, and their energy. Regent Womble could not rearrange his schedule to be here, but I know he and Leisha are both watching this virtually today. And Dusty, thank you for your support and your assistance as always. Also, thank you to Cody Campbell. Cody, thank you for your time, your energy. I think this was all he did. John, thank you for bringing Coach McGuire today, but also I know Cody has probably not done a lot for Double Eagle the last 2 weeks because of the time and energy. But Cody, thank you for being a part of this and all that you've done to assist this process. Sammy Morris, stud. Sammy knows so much about football, so many contacts throughout the state of Texas, throughout the country, throughout professional football, was a tremendous supporter and assistance through this process. Tony Hernandez, also one of the best administrators in this country. His contacts and involvement was tremendous, and ultimately we made a unanimous recommendation to President Skuvenek that we extended an invitation to Coach McGuire and his family to join us and lead this program forward. I also want to just say a quick thank you to another advisor and somebody who gave great counsel and leadership through this to me, and that was Ed Whitaker, a great Red Raider, but Ed was a part of this process. And Ed, I thank you for all that you continue to do for Texas Tech University and Texas Tech athletics. Chancellor Mitchell wanted to be here today. He had a conflict. The Chancellor provided constant, steady leadership throughout this process. And Chancellor Mitchell, thank you for your continued leadership. And like President, Chairman, thank you, Chairman Lewis, for your steady leadership, and Vice Chairman Griffin for the support that y'all lent to this process. As a committee, we conducted a very comprehensive search that sought to identify a head coach to do 3 things. One, not only passionately wanted to be at Texas Tech, somebody who passionately wanted to be here. He asked for the job. But also shared our belief in this room, and as a Red Raider Nation, and as a search committee, us representing the Red Raider Nation, shared our belief that Texas Tech football can be at the top of the Big 12 Conference. We wanted somebody here to lead us to be at the top of the Big 12 Conference, somebody who believed with every fiber in their body they could help us achieve that. We succeeded in that. Second, we wanted somebody that had the connections and the relationships to build with this locker room, to take these young men forward in our journey to accomplish number 1, but also somebody that could penetrate the state of Texas and find the best high school football talent in the state of Texas. No state in our country plays football the way Texas high school football does. And we wanted somebody that had the most connections, knew everybody in the state of Texas. Texas ties, we accomplished that. We had us a night last night, didn't we? We had us a night. If you were following social media, there was a lot of a lot of chatter, a lot of good things come Texas Tech football way last night. And then third, we wanted to unify the Red Raider Nation. We wanted to bring this passionate Red Raider Nation fan base together. We've seen the energy, we've seen the enthusiasm that this community and the Red Raider Nation has for Texas Tech football this season. It's time to take it a step further. It's time to turn up the volume, and this Red Raider Nation is ready to do that. And we're ready to launch forward, and we have found the man, the head coach, to lead us as we launch forward, and I'm excited about that. Debbie, Reagan, welcome to the Red Raider family. Reagan, welcome back. It's great to have you. We had a chance to meet Debbie Sunday night, and it's great to have her here and part of the family. So with that, and without further delay, please join me. And I have a jersey to officially to present to our new head football coach after the bowl game this year, Coach McGuire. Coach.
This is this is incredible. I would my daughter wouldn't let me forget this if I didn't start it this way, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna back up so I won't be so loud, but we're gonna start this thing off right. Raider! Power! Raider! Power! Man, I've been waiting all my life to do that. I told Cody, don't think I'm soft if I get a little teary-eyed. I'm a very passionate person, and the other person in here that might get teary-eyed is my daughter and definitely my dad. I get it from him. So I am so excited to be here. So excited to be here. This last week has been a blur, and it's been one of the most amazing weeks of my life. On behalf of my family, got a large group of them over here. You're going to get to know all of them because we travel deep. They'll be at all the games, home and away, and really excited that they're here. On behalf of my wife, Debbie, my daughter, Reagan, who is, like we said, a Red Raider, we are just so honored to be a part of the Raider family. My son couldn't be here today. He is getting ready to take on Cliff Kingsbury this weekend, and so the Carolina Panthers and the Cardinals are going to play, and so he couldn't be here. I'll never forget whenever I moved my daughter in. Stop. I never forget whenever I moved my daughter in and it was, of course, during two-a-days at the time, and so we moved her into the dorm, and that's all I needed to do. I mean, decorating is not my forte, and so that was Mama, and let them decorate the dorm. So Garrett and I are here, and I said, well, I guarantee they're practicing. Let's go see if we can get into a practice. So we do, and we stay after, get to talk to some of the players, and of course we go in, and I got to talk to a dear friend, Eric Morris, that day, and went up to Cliff and said, man, my daughter's here, and I need you. I need you to have her back, my baby. So he was awesome. He said, hey, Joey, here's my number, here's this and that, whatever you need. And, and Eric did the same thing. But I'll never forget, my son comes up, and he's fixed to be a freshman in high school, and he introduces himself. He'd already met him, but he said, hey, Cliff, my name's Garrett McGuire, and they call me the Cliff Kingsbury of my generation. That's how it all started. And I will tell you this, Sonny will tell you, he knows Garrett very well. We'll probably all be working for him someday. He is a rock star. Both of my kids are rock stars. They're coaches' kids. They work extremely hard, and so very proud of them. Just realize I'm a storyteller by nature. I am a Texan. Born and raised, got my Texas socks on, and I think Texas people kind of are storytellers by nature, so I might tell a couple a day. Before I get started talking about Texas Tech, I have to talk about my family at Cedar Hill. That's where I started. My AD is back there. My assistant Soup, Holly Teague, Gina Farmer. And what a special place. I'm a unicorn in coaching. I have now been 4 places. I was at Crowley for 3 years. I was at Cedar Hill for 20. I was Baylor at 5, and I will die here at Texas Tech. I really believe that, you know, you get somewhere and you make it the best, and y'all have already done that. And I'm just so happy to be a part of it. I would like to thank Mac Rhodes for his leadership at Baylor, for bringing me in, Coach Aranda for keeping me, but most of all, one of my dearest friends, Matt Rule. He was a guy that convinced me. High school coaches in my DNA, and he's a guy that convinced me to come to Baylor, and man, what a great 5 years. He is one of my best friends. I talk to him all the time. Talked to him before I got on the plane. Talked to him last night before I went to bed. Did not sleep, but still talk to him, and just love him to death. But at the end of the day, the real people to thank are the players. You're not a very smart coach. You're not a very smart coach if you don't know why you're here, and that's because of the players. And all the guys that have played for me, I love them, and they know that. And you guys that are in this room, you're going to find that out real quick. Man, I love my guys, and that's why I've been successful, surrounding myself with great people, surrounding myself with great players, and loving them and coaching them hard. I want to thank the committee, their leadership. I mean, you're talking about first class. President Skuvenek, Regent Womble, Regent Campbell, Sammy Morris, Tony, who's been awesome, and RAD, Kirby Hocutt. These guys have a passion and a love for this school. And, man, the moment I met them, I was like, I already wanted to be a Red Raider, but, man, I was like, I've got to be a Red Raider. I've got to get to Lubbock as fast as possible. So, man, I thank y'all so much. Thank you so much. I want to thank the Red Raider Nation, man. This is awesome. I've been amazed at how you have made us feel at home from the day yesterday when it was announced. Thank all of y'all for being here today. I can't wait to be a part of this community. Not only the community of Red Raider Nation, but Lubbock, this city. I cannot wait to be a part of it. Just such an incredible place. And really, guys, I'm not going to lie to you, I can't wait to go to Spanky's and get some of that fried cheese that I had back in 1990-something. So I'm really excited about that. I want to echo what Kirby said. You know, if we're really passionate Red Raider fans and we love this university, then we're going to show up for this team on Saturday. We got something to prove because this season's not over. So if we really are all about it, then we are in this place. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there in red and black, and I'm going to be yelling my butt off for these guys. So I hope I get to see you there on Saturday. Kirby said that he wanted to connect the high school coaches. That is my DNA. I want to thank the THSCA and all the Texas high school coaches for their support. I'm one of them, and I'm very proud of that. I'm a high school coach that coaches college football. It's not the other way around. That's where my roots are, and I think you saw last night, and you'll see hopefully in the next few days that is definitely going to pay off for this football team and this program. I can't wait to get on the road to recruit for this great university. It's going to be incredible. My phones, I had 993 texts on one and about 575 on the other. And the majority of them, I promise you, were Texas high school football coaches. They're excited that one of their own is at Texas Tech University, and I'm excited. Probably the other 100 were Judd Hardage, one of my best friends. It's a Red Raider grad. He has blown me up, so that might have been the other 100. I want to start off, and y'all are going to find out real quick, young men, this football team, some of you know me. I talked to about 10 of you last night and got to recruit some of you and heading into Mansfield and pulling, got beat on a couple, and Eastland. See you guys in the crowd. You're going to find out real quick. I'm all about y'all. I am so grateful for this team, and I cannot wait to meet each and every one of you and build a genuine relationship. because that's what it's going to be, a genuine relationship. I believe that that is the foundation of every great football team. I know we have to have talent, and I know we do. I know we do. But we're going to build a love for each other. And if you can bring the talent and a genuine relationship and a love for each other, then special things can happen. I've been a part of them, and I believe that. I promise you this, guys. The moment my feet hit the ground every single morning, I will be fired up to see you. You will get the same guy. I'm like the sun, man. Constant. I rise and set, and you will honestly get the same guy. I told Kirby I was meeting a bunch of people, and I think he was like, man, I don't know about this guy. Like, he's fired up. Is he always like that? I said, Kirby, I'm always like that. Bro, get ready. I'm always like that. Okay? But I can't wait to see y'all. I can't wait to meet you guys and spend more time with you. Really can't. It's going to be awesome. I know that they want to win. I know that you guys want to win. We're going to bring an exciting brand of football. It's going to be an explosive offense that Texas Tech is used to, with no doubt. Sonny's been a part of it. He's incredible. I don't know you young guys if you know, Sonny and I are very good friends. I've known Sonny for a long time, and I love him to death. And to skip off, I watched his press conference whenever all this happened. Man, I just love the passion that he shows. And in that press conference, you could see how much he loves Texas Tech. And I really respect that. We're going to bring a physical defense, and I want to say this real quick. We are going to play defense in Lubbock. Now, Mike Leach is a friend, and I know that he scored a lot of points here. But I want to say it again. We are going to play defense at Texas Tech, and I'm really excited about that. More than anything, and you're going to hear this out of my mouth every single day, and the guys will understand it, we're going to have a brand. We're going to have a brand. My wife could come up here right now and recite the brand like that. We are going to be the toughest, hardest working, most competitive team in the country. That is our brand. Tough teams are hard to beat. I don't know where we're at right now. You're going to have to give me a little time to evaluate. I can't wait to see it on Saturday live. I've got to see some film, but, you know, at the time where I was at before, we weren't playing, so I didn't really pay attention to a lot of it. So I've got to evaluate it. I don't know where we are right now, but I know where we're going to be. And we are going to be the toughest, hardest working, most competitive team in the country. I believe that if you put a genuine relationship together, a love for each other, and that brand, something special will happen. You create a special culture. Whenever I got in the room and I said the toughest, hardest working, most competitive team in the country, you said, that is West Texas. That's exactly what you said. You said, that is West Texas. And I believe that. I believe in West Texas tough. But I also believe that no matter where you're at in Texas, if we create that brand, then we're going to be a tough team to beat. Really tough team to beat. When you talk about being tough, hardworking, and competitive, it means you compete in everything that you do. We will compete on and off the field. We're going to be great student athletes. We're going to be great student athletes. They're going to hear all the time, be a pro, be a pro, be a pro, be a pro. That's not only, hey, I want to recruit and develop individuals that can play in the NFL, because the league minimum is $660,000. That's a pretty good starting salary coming out of college. I don't know, Cody. I did not have that. So I want to recruit and develop those guys. I want to help develop you. But also, whenever you're not going in the NFL, then I want you to be a pro. I want you to be a pro as a husband. I want you to be a pro as a father. I want you to be a pro as a businessman. And so you will hear that all the time. And we're going to develop that. We're going to make a difference on this campus. We're going to make a difference in this community. And we're going to make everybody in this room proud to wear the red, black, and white. We're going to put a staff together that can develop. That's very important. We're going to put a staff together that can develop. One of the guys that got on the plane with me, he might be behind this curtain. His name is James Blanchard, and he will be my player personnel, director of player personnel. He is an absolute rock star, and man, I love him to death, and I'm fired up. We're going to put that staff together that believes in building the relationships. They're not going to walk. I told them whenever they interviewed me, they will not walk in the building if they can't build relationships. I don't care if the greatest X's and O's mind in the world. If they can't build relationships, they're not walking in the building. They're not going to coach at Texas Tech. We're going to build those relationships, and then we're going to develop the players. One of the things we're going to do here at Texas Tech is we're going to go get the West Texas players. I know we got to recruit everybody. I know that. But guys, we got to keep the guys that were raised wearing red, black, and white to stay in the red, black, and white. And that's going to be very important to this staff. We got to keep them home. I can't wait to get started. Well, we kind of got started last night. But I can't wait to get started. This is who we are, and we're going to work our tails off, grind as coaches, be a part of that brand. I'm going to end it with this. The fact is that I don't want to get up and go to work every day, but I have to. I want to jump out of bed and head to the football facility every day because I get to. I don't recruit as hard as I do because I have to. I recruit as hard as I do because I get to. I don't build relationship with people because I have to. I build lifelong friendships because I get to. I don't coach because I have to. I coach because I get to be a huge part of young men's lives and help mold and grow them into men of character and value. I don't take this head coaching job because I thought I had to. I took the head coaching job at Texas Tech because I get to go to a place I've always wanted to go. I get to build a staff that I've always wanted to build. I get to be involved in a community that I've always loved. And I get to be a part of building something special at Texas Tech University. Now it's time to get to work. Thank you very much.
Andrea would tell me I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you, eat the cookies and drink, and you can just mingle about as much as you want. Media, if you go to the other side of the pipe and drape, we'll get set up for a press conference here in a little bit. Thank you for being here.